Okay, yeah, we are live. Hi everyone, and welcome to the first Unchained game. Although we have been playing Mancala over here, but today we'll be exploring Eternum. So basically, Eternum is a fully Unchained game on Starknet, and what you do there, you build, you trade, you battle in real time, which basically every move is being recorded on chain, and the new season brings in a lot of fun. And also today we have Simon, Gabriel, we have Javitek, and also Meme Junkie. Tell us about the experience playing Ethereum. But before we dive right straight into it, we'll have them intro themselves. So, Simon, you could intro yourself. Well, I always forget to intro myself. My name is Paul Emmanuel, and I'm the CM at Stagnant Africa. So, Simon, Gabriel, you could intro yourself.
Okay. GM everyone. I'm Simeon Udo, and I'm a member of the Starknet community, and I do play a lot of on-chain games, Eternum and other on-chain games on Starknet. Thank you.
Awesome. Gabriel.
GM, hello everyone. So my name is Gabriel, alias Wolf here. I am a software developer and I also like to play on chain games as well. I think I was in the season, I played first with the first season of Rome Ethereum, which was the season zero. Then Pistos, we just concluded their first season. I was also part of like the top 10 and I won some lots. So yeah, I have at least a bit of experience playing on chain games.
Awesome. Awesome. Meme Junkie. Can we also get to know you?
JM guys, my name is Nkaiso Patrick Isu. I'm a growth marketer and I'm also part of the Wolfpack League. I love having fun here in the crypto space. I just leave crypto here. So I'm here to experience Eternum properly. I was there for season one, but I didn't really get involved like that. I mostly created content for Eternum, but I'm trying to experience Eternum now from the scratch with your help.
Awesome. Javitek.
All right, everyone. My name is Javi Teki on X. So a contributor on Starknet and also a member of the Wolf Pack. So I love on-chain gaming a lot, and I could recall last year I started taking interest streaming some of the games, and so for the previous season I didn't really play much, but I got in deep by created content and all of that. So that's pretty much about me.
Awesome. Guys, if you are joining on Twitter or YouTube, we'll be giving out 4 season pass on this live stream, and also we'll be giving out $25 to active participant of the live stream. So you can comment via the live stream on Twitter or YouTube, so we know that you are active, and as well you could take screenshots, make a post, or maybe talk about Ethereum and tag Stagnant Africa. So at the end of this stream, we would give out the season pass and also the $25. Okay. So right now we'll have Simon give us a very. I'm also learning from this because I'm not entirely a gamer, so I'm going to learn from Simon today to grasp everything I need to know about Ethereum. So Simon, I like the ball is in your court right now.
Okay. Thank you very much, Paul. So we can start diving into Eternum. So in order to play Eternum, we need either a season pass or a village pass. So you need either a season pass or a village pass. You can get a village for $5 using your Phantom wallet, or yes, your Phantom wallet, or you can just buy a season pass to get the full Eternum experience. So right now I have a season pass here, and I'm going to redeem it so we can start playing Eternum. So this is my season pass, and this is the name of my realm. So now I'm prompted to pick a location where I can settle my realm. I'm coming. Just let me refresh my screen. Let me refresh. Okay, we are live again.
Awesome.
So let me redeem my season pass. This is the name of my realm. Then I can select a location. In here, you can choose the location where you want to settle your realm. And I want to settle close to brothers right now. I think a lot of brothers are around here. So I want to settle close to them. Or Starknet Africa as well, somewhere around here. So
Awesome.
I'll settle here. So when you pick the coordinates where you want to settle, you can confirm the location. So we wait for the transaction to go through. And one beautiful thing about Eternum is that every single transaction you make on every single thing you do on inside the game is recorded on the Starknet blockchain. Every single thing is recorded on the Starknet blockchain. So now we can start playing now.
Nice.
So yeah, this is our realm, and this is five spaces where we can build six. Sorry, we have six, and this is our realm. You can click on it, and then you see some information about your realms, and we can move. Let me quickly go over the interface so
Yeah.
we understand what each tab does. Yes. So let me quickly hide the chat. So over here, if you have more than one realm, this is where you see all your realms. So if you have more than one, you see all your realms here and their names. Moving over to this, moving over here, this is your storage capacity. So whenever you start a new realm, everybody has a default storage capacity of 1 million kg. So it's 1 million kg. And the next one is the population capacity. So right now we can build at most five population capacity in our realm. We can increase that later. I was explain how we can increase that. But for now, let's move on. And then moving on to this next icon. This icon represent a day in Eternum. So a day in Eternum is 1 hour in real life. So whenever we say a day in Eternum, we mean in 1 hour. So right now it's 17 in the current day is currently loading at 17%. When it gets to the next hour, we move over to the next Eternum day. And now we have the local and world view. Local and world view. So this is the world view. And whenever you want to go back to your realm and see your realm, you have to go back to the local view. The world view is where you see other realms. You see the realms around you and you see the armies that are also around you. That's where you can also see when an army is coming towards you to attack you. So this toggle is very, very important. So I like to keep that in mind. And this is the home button. When you want to go back to the home, I don't want to click it because it will take me back to the home where I can claim my season pass if I have another one. And this is the social tab. So I'm going to click on it now and move it now. So this is where you can see the list of all the players in the game, and you can also see tribes available in the game because there are tribes and then there are players. You can play the game as a solo player, or you can play as part of a tribe. I also play as part of the tribe. I represent the worst tribe. So there are a lot of tribes here. You can choose to pick. You can choose to join anyone. For instance, now I'm going to join Brothers tribe because it's open. Brothers is a public tribe, so I'm going to join it now.
Oh wow. I created the Starknet Africa tribe. Is it private? Is it private over there?
Let me check. You can check. So let me just search the name Starknet.
Because I'm trying to get very familiar with
Yeah,
this
it's
game.
public.
It's
It's
public,
public.
right?
Yes,
Awesome.
it's public. So everyone, you can join Starknet of Africa as well if you want to join. So let me try to join it. If I move over to the type tab. I think I need to leave brothers first.
So being in a tribe, does it give you any specific advantage?
I'll say yes, a very, very big advantage. I'll explain. So if you are playing the game as a solo player, I won't play it as a solo player, but I feel like it's going to be really, really hard because this game is classic PvP. And if you don't have the resources and the army to protect your realms, you can be wiped out of the game. And when you are wiped out, somebody takes over your realm, it's going over for you. So you need a tribe because with a tribe, you can request for armies, you can request for resources as well. So a tribe will be very, very useful because you have other companions with you. They can give you resources, they can provide you with armies, you can even collaborate with them to attack an enemy. So very, very useful to join a tribe. So I'm going to attempt to join Starknet Africa now. Okay. So every action you take on in the game is recorded on the blockchain. So that's why it takes a while, few seconds. So now I'm part of the Starknet Africa tribe. Moving on, we have the trophies tab. You can click on it, and then there are some quests here that you can do because among the prize pool, there's a prize pool for achievement, the achievement leaderboard, and these are some of the tasks you can do to get on the achievement leaderboard. Now, if you come over to the achievement leaderboard, you can see names of people that are top of the achievement leaderboard. I'm currently placed at rank 460. You can scroll down to see your rank. There are other people here as well. So we have
Okay.
Lord KB as the number one player. So these quests are very important if you want to be part of the achievement leaderboard, the achievement
Okay.
prize pool, sorry, the achievement prize pool. And here we have the Lordpedia. This is where you can learn a lot of stuff about Eternum. It's a very handy docs, and I would recommend going there and checking a lot of stuff about realms, resources, because there are 22 resources in the game. So while we are here, let me just go over some of the resources we have in the game. So resources are very, very important in the game because with resources you can combine resources to build much more rare resources, and also you can use resources to build military buildings as well as produce military units for your troops. So here we have stone. There are 22 resources in the game. We have stone, coal, wood, copper, ironwood, obsidian. There's a total of 22 in the game. So you can pick any of, if your realms support the resources, you can build a building for it and produce it. So this is the Lordpedia.
Okay. So you said if your realm support a resource, you can build something, right? So right now,
Yes,
the standard guy is not doesn't have a lot of people in the team. Doesn't mean you won't have like some advantage and all.
I think it primarily depends on the realm and what the realm can produce. So I would like us to quickly check what this realm can produce so we can know in advance
Okay.
the resources we can produce. So I'll come over to this tab. This tab is also useful. So I'll come over to the construction tab. This is where you can come to if you want to build any buildings in your realm. So I'll come over there. And then the first thing I always recommend building is a farm and a fishing village. A farm and a fishing village is very, very important because you can use a farm to produce wheat. Wheat is very important for the production of other resources, and also your armies will eat from the wheat, and they will also eat from the fish. So you need the farm to produce the wheat, and you need the fishing village to produce the fish. So right now I'm going to build, but before building, let me check the resources we can produce in our realm, in the current realm. So we can produce stone, we can produce wood, we can produce copper in our realm right now.
Okay.
So I'm going to start building the farm and the fishing village. And also, whenever you are building, you have to keep in mind the population capacity. If you over the farm, we have the we have a population cost of 1, and we have a max of 5 right now until we upgrade our RAM. So we have a max of 5 right now. If we build our farm, it will take a space of 1, and then we'll have 4 left. If we build a fish as well, it will take another 1, and then we'll have 3 left. So we have to be very careful how we manage everything, because in Eternum, you have to be careful how you manage everything from resources to buildings to spaces. You have to be very careful on how you
Okay, so
manage them.
before you continue, I would love to hear from Gabriel. How I mean, how would you explain Ethereum to someone that is new to on-chain games? Since you played the season one, and you're also currently playing the season zero as well. I mean, you played the season zero, you're playing season one right now.
Yeah. So for me, I would say Realms Eternum it's a multiplayer civilization game with a real economy that never sleeps. So let me take it from the basics. Imagine you're playing like a building blocks game, like Lego, but instead of you just playing alone, there are thousands and hundreds and thousands of people playing along with you from all over the world in a giant sandbox, right? Then what Realms Eternum is now is like it is this big computer game where you build your own little town or castle or village. But here's the cool part of it. Once you build something, it stays there forever because it is on chain. Then how you play it? First of all, you get to be the boss of your own kingdom, which is called the realm. Then you like Simeon explained, you get to collect things like wood, food, gold, and other resources to make your kingdom bigger and stronger. Then you can make friends, which are allies with other people, so you can help fight some battles and defend your own realm as well. Then from the world view that he showed, there's a huge map of it where you can also see other people's realm as well, other villages and everything that they've built. Yeah, like this. So, and from this as well, you can get to attack others as well. For me, what makes Realms Eternum special is that remember how sometimes your video games lose your progress. This one is different. So every time you come, you continue from where you stop. So it's just like a magic notebook where you never get lost, right? Then
That's
everything you build and collect is saved on the blockchain. Yes. Then the fun part of it again is that you can trade your materials as well. So if I don't have, let's say, I don't have wood now, and let's say Javitek has copper, I can trade with him on the market for it. Then I can also make alliances with Javitek, and together we can attack other villages. So it's basically like playing house or castle with hundreds of people, and everything that you play, everything that you do stays on chain.
awesome. Awesome. That's solid. So we have someone that hasn't really played this so much. He's here, sir, and I want to actually understand maybe his point of view when he tried playing Ethereum. So, sir, are you there?
Yeah,
Sir,
sorry. Hello.
yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
So I want to actually know what surprised you when, like, what's actually intrigued you when you tried to play Ethereum for the first time.
Yeah, playing Eternum is actually a very good game, and it being an on-chain game based game which is built on Starknet, and Starknet has a special support for gaming. I'm very sure it will be one of the best gaming blockchains in the future to come. So, Ethereum actually surprised me firstly from the logins. There's the options for gasless transactions to go on there. So you can either make use of the pass key or use the normal wallets to actually work with. So with that, you don't have to like. It's more like you're having fun. You are getting paid to have fun on chain. So I feel like I feel like Eternum is actually a very good one. So, and it's actually also decentralized in form of, unlike the normal games we do play, let's say the PS we do play, this one, as far as it's been built on Ethereum, and so far as Ethereum exists, the game actually exists. Unlike the normal ones, there's actually an upgrade every time, and the devs might actually log out and stuff. So it's actually one of my surprises. It's actually acts as one of my surprises I encounter, and it also evolves around autonomous world where games evolve through community contributions and permissionless innovations. So it's actually an autonomous world. It's works on its own. Yeah, and it actually has the integration of AI driven NPCs. That's non-playable characters. These ones they act like players. They make use of large language machines to make dynamic decisions. So in this form, um, the earlier speaker spoke about having taking control of your realms, and this is one of the features that actually makes it very easy to do that. While you feed your armies and do all sorts of things on chain. Also, there's also like it tokenized resources, and there's also the lost token. So having that one, it's more like you're having fun. As I said earlier, you're having fun and you are getting paid while you make all the trades and play the game on chain. So that's the stuff that actually surprises me while playing it for the first time. Thank you.
That's awesome. Just like Sir said, there is a very big prize pool for anyone that wants to play Ethereum or play Ethereum because I mean, yeah, that's where the fun is. As you're playing, you also looking at the prize pool that the team put together for this game, right? Simon, I would actually want to see how you're trying to gather resources, also explore the map and deploy agents. I've seen a lot of talks about agents on agents. Is it agent? Yeah, agents. Yeah, on Ethereum. So I want to see how that actually works and also um, how to gather resources.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. So let's quickly go over production of resources. So in order to produce the resources, create we need to create the resource building. So I'll go over and create the farm so that we can produce our wheat, and then I'll create the fishing village. To create any building, whenever you have the requirement, when you overall on it, you see a building cost, a building creation cost. If you have the building creation cost, then you can go ahead and create it. But if you don't have it, you have to get those resources from either your tribe mates or you get them from the marketplace, because there's an inbuilt marketplace. So I just built the farm and the fishing village. Now it's time to build some resources. I want to build the stone, so we just click on it and then we click where we want to build it. Right now we can't build anymore because we are close to the max capacity. Because to build any resource building, it costs two population cost two. So we need more space. We need more space. In order to build more space, we need to build a workers hut over here, and we have the requirement for it, which is 250k labor. But right now, I'm not going to do that. I just want to produce the resources that we currently have, which is stone. I want to produce stone. Let me produce some stone. So we come over to the production tab and click on it, and then we click stone. So in order to produce anything in Eternum, we have two major ways to produce resources in Eternum. We have the standard production and the simple production. Back in season zero, we only had one way to produce resources, and that was the standard production. But now there's a more easier way to produce resources, which is using the simple production. And that one and simple production uses labor. So right now we can use some of our labor. We have 300,000 labor. We can use some of them to produce our stone. So I'm quickly going to use 20,000 labor to produce stone. So if we check the interface now, we can produce 442,857 stone in 23 minutes 48 seconds using the simple production. You can only use the standard production if you have the resources, the input resources. Right now, to produce stone, we need wood and we also need coal. But we don't have wood and we don't have coal. So we have to use the simple production. With the simple production, we can just use labor to produce our resources. So I'm going to start the production now.
Yeah, 1 minute. Sorry for interrupting. Someone just asked right now. So for every resource you have to pay. So do you need lost token or stack tokens to pay for these resources? Of course, no.
No,
So
you
let
don't need any
me,
payment.
let me take this one.
Okay. Yeah, Gabriel, go ahead.
Yeah. So let me present. Sorry.
Wait, I don't think you can present right now because yeah.
So like we said, it's a Realms Eternum is a player-driven economy where resources are either harvested or traded in game. And most times when you have your LOTS token on your wallet, you cannot just use it directly. You have to bring it into the game. You have to bring it into the game. So it's just being on your wallet. You cannot use it to make purchases. So you have to bring it into the game. If I was presenting, I would have showed like how to do it. But on the right hand side, yes, where select the lots, then the number of lots that you want to bring into the game. Let's say if it has about 100 lots there, you can just add 100 lots, then do add resources. Then okay. Sorry, Paul, are you presenting?
No, it's my chip here.
Okay. So once after you add those resources, you then move to the left hand side of the game. Yes, where the horse, the one with the horse symbol. Yes, so it will show there. Once you bring in these lots, it will show there that okay, these are here. Then you have to offload them. Then everything is there. So any in-game trade that you want to make, you can use those lots token there.
Okay, so I'm curious right now. Does it mean that if you have a lot of lords, it gives you an edge playing the game?
Yes, it does. But also for some people that played in season zero, they had a lot of resources left over from there, which they can also import to the game currently. But to make everything a fair game, the builders, the developers, they introduced like a percentage charge where if you are importing, let's say, 100 woods also to the game currently, you have to pay a charge. So I think when you are importing 100, what you get in the game currently is about 25%. So even you as a gamer wanting to bring that in, you would consider the cost and everything. But later on in the season, as the season goes by, you'll be able to import them.
Awesome. So, Simeon, let's go back to where you were. Sorry for interrupting.
So
Why?
right now we are using, thank you. Right now we are producing stone at a rate of 108k per hour. Since we can only do that if we have the resource bidding. And since we have already done that, we can produce stone. Now we need to build another workers hub because we are already at our max. We are close to the max, but we can't build more because resource building costs two population costs. So we can build a workers hut. A workers would increase the population cost, the population capacity by 5. So if we build one right now, it's going to increase it over to 10. Now we can build more buildings since there's more space for us. So I can go over to the resource tab and then I'll build wood this time. I can build wood this time and I still have 4 spaces again to still build more. So I'll build copper as well. And now everywhere is filled up. And now everywhere is filled up because our realm is currently a settlement. In order to create more to build our in order to upgrade our realm, we need resources to upgrade it from a settlement to a city. But right now we don't have resources. These are the missing resources. We need labor, 69k labor, 400k fish, 150k wood, 150k stone, 150k stone. Cool. So let's produce wood and copper since we have now created the buildings for them. So since I don't have the input resources for wood is stone and coal, including fish. But since we don't have coal, we have to use the simple production using labor. So right now I'm just going to use 10,000 labor to produce 21,000 wood. But if you have the resources, the input resources, I recommend using the standard production since it's much more cheaper to use. But if you don't have the resources, you can also always use the simple production. To produce 21,000 wood, it will be going to take 11 minutes 54 seconds. And now I'm going to send the transaction.
Okay, so we have a quick question right here. The person just asked Naomi, she said, does the simple and standard production depend on the first subscription you did?
No, let me answer the question correct. No, you don't need any subscription. You have 22 resources in the game. So in order to produce one resource, you need to at least two input resources in my experience. So for now, in order to produce wood, we need stone and we need coal. There's no other subscription at all. But if you don't have the input resources, that's when you have to rely on the simple production. And the simple production only requires labor. And from time to time, for some resources, it requires wheat. But for wood, it requires fish. So we have the labor and then we have the fish. Since we don't have the input resources to produce it using the standard production.
Cool. Awesome.
So we
Okay,
can
so
go. So we are now producing wood and stone. We need to go forward to produce coal as well. Copper. Copper. So with the input resources we require for the production of copper is coal and obsidian with wheat. But since we don't have any of the input resources, we need to also use the simple production again. So I'm going to use 10,000 labor for this as well. In season zero, we only had the standard production. The simple production is much more easier now. So you can produce resources once you have the building without having the raw materials, the input resources. So I'm done now. So right now we are producing wood, we are producing stone, and we are producing copper. These
okay.
are our balance. So we have 3.8k wood, 14k stone that we have produced now in the game, and we also have 1.4k copper.
Awesome.
So we have the
So
resources.
the timer there, what does it represent?
Yes, the timer just shows how long it will take to produce the full resources. For instance, when I was producing wood, he said it's going to take around 11 minutes. So 2 minutes have gone by and we have produced 5,000 wood. and then it's now remaining 9 minutes 8 seconds. When it gets to this time, when this timer counts down, it's going to have produced all the resources, which is 21,000 wood.
Awesome.
Yes, so you have to keep in mind this time whenever you are producing any resources. If you
Yeah.
notice for fish, we have 180k per hour, while for resources we have 108k per hour. That's the standard that was already written in the game. So wheat and fish produce for at the rate of 180k per hour, while standard resources in the game out of the 20 produce at the rate of 108k per hour. So we are not producing these resources in our realms.
Okay, so quick question. Why these resources have been produced? What else can you do in the game right now?
Okay. So either you look for resources to upgrade your realm from a settlement to a city, or you can start mobilizing your military in the game to start exploring the lands of Eternum. So I will quickly go over to the military tab. So right now we have, this is our defenses. We have 4.9k paladins, horsemen. We call them horsemen, and it is tier one because in the game right now we have three tiers of military. So we have tier one, we have tier two, and then we have tier three. So I'll just go over to the military tab, and this is our defenses right now. If you switch to the world view and you highlight our realm, you can see our defense right there. We have 4.9k horsemen that currently defends our realm from any attacks, any incoming attacks.
Hmm. Interesting. Okay, so while we wait for resources to come up or to build up, Gabriel, Casio and Javid, I still have questions for you. Though. But Gabriel, I have a question for you. So, what strategies do you mostly use while you play Eternum? And if it requires you to share your screen, you let me know. So,
No,
Simon can.
no. For now, I think um, as you are building, first of all, you have to activate your army so your realm is not attacked. Yes, you
Okay.
have to create an attack army, like it's showing now, because that's like one of the basic things to do. So as you are building your realm, it will not be attacked. Then you have to also build your army because for the army now it has different types. You have the archers, you have the land army. So for whichever is available to you, of which you can also purchase them, you just have to add yes. So the military there. So you just have to activate them to keep your realm guarded. So basically that's just my own strategy for now before going to attack any realm. So I have to protect my own realm first.
Okay, so if you're attacking a realm, you're attacking them to get their resources, right? If I'm right.
To get their resources, yes, then to conquer their own realm because once I conquer their realm now, they become mine.
Hmm. Interesting. That's awesome. So I was reading through Twitter and I saw the automation AI agents were activated and all that. So how do you think AI agent actually changed the gameplay of Eternum? And can you like show us right now? Is it enabled here, Simon?
I have to check because in order to meet any AI agent, you need to explore. So before
Mm.
we explore, I need to create an army to explore in the game. So I'll go over to the military tab, then I'll create an attack army. So right now I only have tier one horsemen. There's if you have tier two, tier three, you can add them to your army. But right now I only have tier one. So I'm going to add the 100 over there to create our army that we can use to explore and meet agents in the game. So I'll create our attack army now. We need to wait for the okay, we have done that now. We have done that now. But This attack army of 100 is too small. So I just want to transfer some of the army from our defenses to our attack army so we can have much more capacity while we explore. So I'll click over the swap troops and resources tab if they are at base. So right now our army is at base. If we switch to the world view, now we have an army, Starknet
Mm,
Africa. So we have an army.
awesome.
This is our army.
Nice.
So I'll switch to the realm view again. Then I go over to the military tab. Then I have to swap some of the troops from the inner keep to our attack army. So I can do that now. So when you click here, you can see the transfer direction. If you are transferring from the explorer to the explorer is the army, the attack army that you can use to explore in the game. But I want to swap from the structure, which is our inner keep, to the explorer army. So I have to swap now. So when I swap, I will okay, sorry, I have to switch over to the transfer troops tab. Then I have to swap now from the structure to explorer. So I pick an amount now using the slider. So I need about 1.5k. I think that should be enough. I'll just use this amount. So I'm transferring from the structure, which is our REM, from our defenses to our that attack army. So you can
Okay, so
transfer troops from the structure to the explorer, and from the explorer to the structure, whichever way you want it. So right now we have 3.3k down from 4.9k, and for our attack army we have 1.8k, 1.6k. Sorry. We switch to the world view. We can see our attack army now with 1.6k, and we can start exploring. But we can't explore right now because we don't have enough stamina. So stamina is very important in the game in Eternum because with stamina you can move your troops from one place to another. Without any stamina, you can't move your troops. So right now we have zero stamina, and for you to regenerate stamina, the stamina will regenerate for every Eternum day. So when the next day comes, we will have it regenerate at the rate of 20 per Eternum day. So when the next day comes, it will regenerate by 20. So for 5 days, five Eternum days, which is 5 hours in real life, we will generate 100 at the rate of 20 per hour. So right now we have zero and we can't move our military. But I'll quickly show you us where we can see some agents that other people have already seen in the game. So I'll just explore in the game now.
awesome.
By holding your mouse, you can explore. So I can explore now. These are realms owned by other people. This is our realm, and these realms owned by other people. So you can see their name, you can see the resources as well, all their resources.
Mm.
So if they have lots, you can see everything there. If you plan to attack them, you can see their defenses, you can see their resources. So let's just look for agents. So
So
we have found one now.
so basically, before you make an attack, you have to look at the realm and see if you are capable of making the attack. So they won't
Yes,
swap you.
yes, because you need the for now. If you want to attack this frame, say if I want to attack this frame now, if I want to attack this frame, it has a defense of 2,000 archers. I can't attack it right now because it has more troops than me. I only have about, let me switch over to my rank. I only have about 1.6k. There are other battle mechanics, but for now, I'm not going to go over them. I just want to search for our agents so we can see agents in the game.
So why you search for agent? I have question from Casio. So in Casio, you told me that you have tried playing the game and you're still trying to like wrap your head around it. But looking at this game alone and the explanation that our guys here have given, would you onboard your non-crypto friend to on-chain game? I mean, and why would you do that? And also, why not?
Definitely, I will. Like, I feel this game is a game that makes it doesn't feel like crypto. People have this belief that crypto is a bit complex, things on crypto, the game. But I think Eternum here is a real crossover for crypto as a whole. Like, It gives this seamless feel from where we play our peers and other things. It gives a very proper adventure. If you have played like adventure games way back, it's exactly what I want to onboard people to, because like you don't really need too much experience in crypto to enjoy the game. There's no it's a very proper way of onboarding anyone into crypto. So I'll definitely onboard my friends. But once I get a very strong hold on the game, like I know how to play perfectly, I'll definitely onboard my friends in this. I don't see any reason why I shouldn't, honestly.
Awesome.
And then also, you say the game is smooth. I think one good is you have to list the cartridge and abstract the presence of session keys, which makes things a whole lot easier for us. So we don't have to always be signing transactions continuously. So all those have been abstracted away from for us. So that's why you can see that the game is really, really smooth. And this is something that has been implemented on Starknet for a long while now and has been active. So yeah, that's why you can see that the game is really, really smooth.
Yeah, I do agree. I do agree. I actually had this question for Javitek, but I don't know. It's it's not popping up. But before I ask him though, why Simeon is looking for the AI agents, I know you played season zero, Gabriel, and you have tried playing season one. Uh, what would you say is the major difference, and is season one like a very big upgrade to the game itself?
Yes, it is. It is a very big upgrade because I think most of the things that were worked upon. Sorry, that's my data making noise. So I think most of the things that were worked upon, or most of the complaints that were present in season zero, have been sorted out in this season one, and they've tried to make things a whole lot more easier. Like for the production now, we like Simon explained, we have two options now for production, which was not there in season zero. So there are a lot of improvement, and I think as the game goes by, as this season progresses, we are expecting more improvements. And with this introduction of AI agents as well, on one hand, I saw that there is also automation where you can also add automation to help out in the game. So I think it has made things a whole lot smoother for us.
Awesome, awesome. So, Simon, have you been able to figure out the AI agent?
Oh no, I'm trying to reload my game. I'm coming.
Okay, Javitek, are you here with us now? Hi, Javitek. Hi, Javitek, can you hear me?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
You call? Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, awesome. So I was going to ask you, did you play season zero of Eternum?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, pretty much. I can hear you.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah, so I was
Okay,
going to ask you.
we are back now.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Okay. Actually, I did, but it was not like in depth. It was just the surface, right? Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I think your network is a little bit
Can you hear
shaky.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. No worries. I mean, maybe later I would ask you a bit more
Yeah,
questions.
it's unstable. What about now?
Yeah,
Can you hear me now?
it's okay. I mean, next later I will ask you a bit more questions.
Are you there?
Then, Paul, I think one thing to note as well in the game is that donkeys are really important in the game because
Hmm. What are
donkeys
donkeys?
donkeys are the way where we get to transport materials through Eternum. But the sad
Can
thing
you hear me
about doing,
now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but then I will ask you the question a little bit later. Okay. Yeah, Gabriel, please continue.
yeah, but the sad thing about donkeys is that once they come to deliver these materials, they are burnt. So they die,
Mm.
yeah, in short. So, but it is always required that you have enough donkeys in the game because they are very, very important along the line. They help you to transfer your raw materials from one point to another, but then once they deliver, they are burnt.
So how do you make or produce these donkeys in the game?
So just like resources on the transfer market, you can also buy them.
Interesting. Awesome.
Or can I come in? If you don't want to buy donkeys, you can actually create them using
Okay.
lots. You can actually create them using your lots token. So for that, you have to be the market and then use your lots token. If I switch to the standard option now, you can see it requires width and lots to produce donkeys.
Interesting. So wheat is a very important resource to have.
Width
Yeah,
and fish. Now,
because those are what your soldiers feed on.
yes.
Oh, nice.
Technically,
Oh, nice. So have you been able to sing the AI agents yet?
Yes, yes. I found a few.
Because I want to see how it works. Can you try it out when you see it, or you can't have access to it now?
Yes, these are so AI agent introduced another aspect of the game, which is PVE, player versus environment. These agents are non-players. So this is an example of an agent in the game. And agents right now have some lots in them. So if you defeat the agent, you can claim the lots tokens in them. So this is an agent. You can try to chat with agents. So you can chat with agents if they are online. So let's try to chat with Byte Drifter 68 if the agent is online. Unfortunately, Byte Drifter 68 is not available. It's currently offline, so we can't chat
Okay.
with it.
So if it was online, what would you say to the agent? Like what would you need it to do for you?
Yes, there's a lot of things actually. You can convince the agents to attack an enemy that is close by,
Mm.
or yes, you can collaborate with the agents. A lot of things actually. So you can use the agent to attack an enemy and convince the agents the two of you can attack an enemy, or you can also use the agent to collaborate on resources if they have resources.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Just for everyone joining the live stream, I can see we have up to 280 persons on the live stream. So for everyone on the live stream, we are giving out 4 season passes for this live stream. We're going to host 2 of this. One is which is going on today. Then the next one will be next week Friday. So we'll give out 4 passes today and also 4 passes next week. So all you have to do is post the Stagnant Africa tweets about maybe your experience with Ethereum or how you're trying to get started, or maybe with a screenshot. And if people will win season passes, and also if people will win out of our $25 after we are done with the game. And also people that are interacted with the live stream will also have a chance to win. But aside that, I would okay. So I would actually love you to maybe do a quick recap again. Either you, Gabriel, or Simon, like who would want to do a quick recap? Yeah. Okay. So I want to have a view of the old someone that has played before. Let's say Gabriel. Is it possible for you to like share your screen, then explain maybe where you are right now and some other stuff?
I think from the game now, Simon is actually far ahead of me from
Mm.
all I've seen. Like because me, I am still building and protecting my realms, but he has advanced further.
Awesome. So,
Let's take
Simon, how many hours do you spend on this game daily?
I play the game for like 20 hours every day.
How many hours?
18 to 20 hours.
That's crazy. How is that possible?
Okay, let me give an instance now. Yesterday, sorry, this morning by 4 a.m., somebody attacked a guy in my tribe by 4 a.m. So we had to organize by 4 a.m. and retaliate. So if you are sleeping right now, because of the game mechanics in season
Mhm.
one, because in season seven, whenever you want to start an attack, there's a 8 hour teaching period. So within that 8 hours, it can send more troops and defend your realms. But right now, all attacks are instant. So even if you just sleep, somebody can just come up on your realm and claim the realm. So you always have to keep the defenses there. So you have to be like active, taking over your realm. And just like people said, we have automation to automate some things for you. There are automation to automate some things so that you don't have to be on in the grid concept. Can automate resource production, can also automate military troops production as well. There's automation to at least reduce the amount of time we spend in the game. Because in season zero, we spent like 23 hours in the game, roughly.
That's crazy.
So the game
I
is
mean,
very, very interesting. This is a very, very interesting game.
yeah. I
Simeon.
mean,
Game mechanics.
okay. In case you wanted to say something.
Yeah, I want to say, Simeon has actually been like an OG in this game to me. Last night we played together. Yes, he put me through everything like from the scratch, and I think I have a good realm right now. Actually, a solid one. But Simeon plays this game from where so like we played it till 1 a.m. yesterday, both of us, and he spends lots of time. I can vouch about that.
That's very crazy. I mean, so which means it's very addictive.
Yes, you can say that.
Hmm.
It's
He's
very
Okay.
fun.
quite invested.
It's very interesting when you understand the game.
Actually, I think the emphasis should be when you understand the game. That's when you find it interesting. So, Simeon, can you let's say anyone watching right now, can you give us like a quick recap for someone that just joined the live stream right now? What should they do to understand this game fully? Where do they start from? This, that, and all.
So whenever you get your team pass or your village pass, you need to settle them first
Yeah.
in the game.
Can, can you try to be a little bit audible? It's
Okay.
fading. Yeah.
So when you join the game newly, you have to settle your city pass or a village. If you have a village, you have to settle them. But right now, I've settled our realm already. That's why we have this realm here, and we have already started some construction. In order to produce resources on your realm, you need resource, and to make resource building, create resource building, you have to go over to construction tab, and then you pick whatever you want to do, the resource building you want, or the economic build you want. There you build a farm, fishing village, workers hut, or a storehouse. The storehouse increase in storage. Because producing resources, when you start producing resources, at one point you will get to this cap, to this 1,000, 1 million kg cap. And when you get to that cap, every other resources you produce don't be lost. So you always have to build some storehouses to increase your storage capacity. And then there's the market to produce donkeys. And the resources tab is where you can build resource building. And the military tab is where you can build military building. The archers, paladins, guards. Now once you have the resource building, you have to actually produce the resources. But the production of it, you go back to the
Yes. So one
production
minute.
tab.
1 minute. Is it just me or his voice like is fading a little bit?
Yeah, it's as
I think
if
it's
it's breaking.
cracking. Yeah, it's cracking.
Yeah, it's fading a little bit.
Okay.
Are you connected again to your headset?
No, I'm not connected.
Yeah, it's kind of like fading. Yeah, you can write on more. Maybe just speak up a little bit so we
This
can
is
hear you
our
better.
production tab. Here we can produce resources we need on our realms. So we can produce either wood, copper, and stone. We can also produce.
And
So we have two ways of producing resources in Eternum. One is the standard production and the simple production. The standard production requires inputs of materials, raw materials, inputs with materials. For instance, to produce wood, we need stone and we also need coal. But right now we have stone, but we don't have coal, so we can't use the standard production. We have to use the simple production. Simple production uses labor, and we can use some of the labor to produce wood now. We are not going to do that since we have already done that. To produce another resources, you can just do it the same way and produce any other resources that you want. So this is the way you can produce any resources as long as those resources are available, those resources, resource building is available in your world. And then we have the donkey tab. This is where every transfer in, and in your realms, that transfers are coming to your realm shows up. And then when it counts down, you can deposit them into your realm. And we have the marketplace where you can trade the LT AMM where you can trade. So if you need any of the resources, you need military, you can come over here and then you can trade. But if you have resources, you can send them there. Or if you need resources and you want to buy them, you can buy them here. Quickly or what you have the AMM. That. Then there are two views, either your local views. Hello? Can
y-
anyone hear me?
yeah, can you try and disconnect your headset? I think your headset connected again. That's my best bet.
I can hear you.
Yeah, we can
It's
hear you,
connected.
but it's fading a little bit.
Okay. How about now?
Perfect.
Yeah, this is better.
Okay. So we have two views, either the local views. Local view is the view you can use to look at your RAM, your production, and every other information regarding your RAM. Then we have the world view. The world view is where you can see your neighbors, enemies, and any army marching towards you. You can also use your army as well to explore. So right now we have 20 stamina. We can't explore because exploration costs 30 stamina and traveling costs 20 stamina. We can travel. Yes, we can travel. So we can travel over here. So I'm going to attempt to move our military now from this tie to this tie. We are traveling now from this tie to this tie.
Mm, this looks nice.
So this is how you can start exploring and move across the entire axis. You can move across to anywhere wherever you want as long as you have the stamina for it.
Mm.
So this is the world view. You can see AI agents, you can see military, you can see other realms you would like to take if you have the military troops available. So yeah, I think that's all about it. And if you want to join the tribe, you have to come over to the social tab. When you get to the social tab, you can see the list of players and as well as join tribes if you want.
Join the Stagnant Africa tribe.
So make sure you join the Starknet Africa tribe, like
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. 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 That's awesome. And you spoke about a documentation that would let you learn easily. Where can someone?
Yes, yes. So there's the Lotpedia. You can use the Lotpedia. Like now, you can see the key concepts in the game. You can learn about the key concepts in the game. the Eternum Day, realms and villages, seasons, victories, the map, and exploration, even stamina as well. You can learn all about that in the Logpedia.
Awesome. That's solid.
And also join the Starknet. So sorry, also join the realms Eternum Discord if you have any other question you like to ask the dev, or if you experience any other bug in the game,
Yeah,
just join the Discord and ask your questions. The
true.
button is over there.
Yeah, I agree. I was finding it difficult to explore Eternum. I won't lie. I mean, I think I was actually the one that needed this live stream the most out of everyone on the live stream. So I was finding it difficult to understand, but this clears the whole questions I have. Right. So we're almost coming to the end of this. Right.
Mm.
So if anyone that is listening or watching live right now, if you have any question, you can. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
If you have any question, you
Oh,
can
let me
ask.
just
Yeah.
give this last one. So Rams Eternum is built on three core pillars, right?
Okay.
It is a player-driven economy. Firstly, in which resources are either harvested or traded in-game. This is dependent on the player's choice. Then, secondly, it has strategic depth. That means your success in the game depends on your efficient production, your calculated territorial expansion, and proper military management. Then, lastly, community governance. Because alliances in the game, alliances, tribes, and diplomatic pacts on the game help to grow your power. So by coordinating as a group, you can shift or turn the tide of a conflict or a region, or to harness other people's realms as well. So these are just the core three pillars of realms eternal.
Awesome. That's very solid. That's very solid. So
Okay.
since you just
Paul, can I say something to add to what?
yeah, yeah, pretty
Okay.
much. Yeah.
Okay. So to add to what um, Wolf said, actually, I also feel like something that is also very, very important and very important in the progress you would make in Eternum is forming alliances. And I've been seeing a lot of, you know, content around that. I also drafted some content on that as well in regards to where you're settling, belonging to a tribe, because this is like a war whereby everybody needs to be your brother's keeper, right? That has to do with those that are in your tribe, right? And forming alliances, being corny, permit me to use the word being corny, because you need to send peace treaty to the AI agents, right? So that they will be on your side. Okay, oh, I want you to destroy this tribe, or this particular person has something that would take me out of the game, right? So you need to be corny, you need to know how to communicate with the agents, you need to know how to form alliances. And at the same time, when you form alliances with anyone, you also need to be on guard, because you should not just lose or like give into, you feel like, okay, this person has my back. What if that same person can just come around and then take off or take everything that belongs to you? So you also need to be smart. So for me, I feel forming alliances and belonging to a tribe that you feel you you would that you love, right? That you love, or some a tribe that you feel that could defend, or that you love. For me, Starknet Africa is a good one. I'm not saying people should go and pick any other tribe. Starknet Africa is a good one. But then I love the game so much. And from what I could see from season one, I'm sure season two will be more intriguing than this. A lot of features will be coming up than this. Trust me.
Awesome. I I see what you did there. You're trying to say that Stagnant Africa tribe is not all that yet, but I promise you, after this live stream, it is going to be the best tribe out there. So if you're on this live stream, join the Stagnant Africa tribe and prove Javi Teki wrong. Okay. So
Um,
Okay.
Hello, can I say
Yeah.
something? Can Simeon or Wolf? Maybe I think you should throw more light on the hyper structure part of Eternum too. I think like lots of people don't know that, understand the concept of the beginning, like the mid game and the end part. So maybe Simeon could throw more light on the hyperstructure part of the game and what happens. Uh, I think it's a necessary part of the whole game.
Okay, okay. Thank you for the question. So there are three core parts of this game. Whenever the game starts, we have three core parts of the game. We have the early game, the middle game, and then the end game. When the season starts, that's the early game. That's when you start building your resource building, producing. Okay, that's when you start building your resource building, producing resources, and exploring. That's when you can do all of that. Then in the middle game, that's when we have warfare, PVE. That's when you can declare war, participate in warfare, attack enemies, defend your realms. All of that is in the middle game. And then for the end game, we have the world structure in the game, and that is called the hyper structure. Now, if you go over to the world structure tab, you can see the hyper structures we have in the game. So all of them, most of them now are currently private. But whenever there's a hyper structure completed, it starts with generating points for everybody that contributes to a hyperstructure. For instance, in season zero, we had about two completed hyperstructure, and there's a requirement of points. Every hyperstructure that has been completed generate points per day, per Eternum day. And for season zero, the amount of points, the required amount of points required to win the game was 1 million points. So only a hyperstructure produce those points to win the game. So in order to win the game, you need to put up a hyperstructure, contribute to the hyperstructure, and then end points for the hyperstructure to reach a required amount of points in order to win the game. Whenever we get to that end game, and then there's a hyperstructure built and completed, and somebody meets the required amount of points, for Sincere it was 1 million. I'm not sure about the number now, but whenever anyone gets to that amount, they can choose to end the game for everyone, or they can choose to leave the game to run a bit longer for their allies to get closer to the leaderboard. So that's one of you can choose to end the game immediately or keep the game running for longer so that your allies can climb up on the leaderboard. So that's the end game of this of every season in Eternum. The end game is to build a hyperstructure, accumulate points, and win the game because you have to win the game. It's not just the warfare, the resource production. You have to build hyperstructures, produce resources, contribute resources, and then win the game.
Mm, awesome. Yeah, thanks for that, Casio and Simeon.
Oh, okay. Paul,
Yeah,
I I have a
yeah.
question for Simeon as well. I believe everyone, like the viewers, will also have this in mind. So when the game was about to be like get started, so Eternal published a blog. So they listed out everything that would occur on that blog. So one feature that was added was that there will be an app whereby if I'm not on my PC to monitor and observe the way everything is going in my realms or tribe, I can monitor that on my mobile phone, like a mobile app or something. Simeon, can you? I don't know if that feature has been initiated yet. I don't know if Simeon has an idea if he can clear that out for us.
Yes, yes. There's an app you can use to manage your REMs. A mobile app you can use to, but I've not used the app yet. But the app is currently available if you want to use it.
Okay, I've not seen anybody using it, and I've not seen people, describing how the process is, the
Yeah,
outcome
I
on
think even for
once you
me,
get.
I've not even tried the app. I think the primary reason why a lot of people haven't tried it out is because the game is best played like when you are on your
Yes.
desktop. Yes, and I like playing it over here because this is where I can manage my military, my resources, and everything in one place, rather than just managing my resources. But
All
the
right.
app is available. Yes, the app is available.
Okay, cool.
That was a cool one. Okay, so I have a few, since we don't have like questions from the audience. Okay, if you are watching this on the live stream, we have 4 season passes for this live stream. All you just have to do is make a tweet, tag Starknet Africa, and 4 persons would win the season pass, right? And we also have $25 um, for active participants in the live stream. Well, before we round up, I have a question, so anyone can take the question. So the question is, what advice would you give someone that just started playing Eternum, basically, for the first time? So anyone can take it. Anyone can take the question.
Okay, I have an advice. I'd love to share my experience from season zero because I didn't understand the game during the test net. So I came in during the season zero. So what I did was I joined a tribe, and there's a lot you can learn from your tribe mates because you can learn from them how to do a lot of stuff and also the game mechanics. So my primary advice is to join a tribe that knows how to play the game, and then you can learn more about the game with the dogs and also from your tribe mates. So that's like my primary advice.
Okay.
Join a tribe.
Awesome. Gabriel, do you have
My own primary advice at every point in time: defend your realm.
Defend it, defend your names.
Defend your realm.
Hmm.
I like that. Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. So, Onkasi, you said you kind of like grasped the game very much yesterday. So, do you have any advice for someone that is
Well,
about to play for the first time?
my advice to anybody that's starting out the game is, I think you first of all you need to try to understand the game. It helps you a lot. When you understand the game and how things work in the game, I think it's better. You enjoy the game more, and you appreciate the game more. But if you don't understand it, you will never really appreciate the game. You never really. So your resources too, for me, are very important. Try to guide your resources. The production is a very important part of it. So produce the right things and get a very good season pass. That's very important. Get a very good season pass. That's just
Exactly. We didn't discuss that. Is there differences with the season pass? Like, can anyone explain? Because I didn't know that. I didn't. I was thinking that every season pass is the same. So, what's the difference between season passes?
okay. Let Simeon
So
take it. I think Simeon should take that.
okay, let me take it. So these realms are actually NFTs on chain, and each of those realms have their traits. So for this realm now, the resources available for this realm is stone, wood, and copper. There are realms that have much more rare resources because these resources we have here are the most common ones in the game. These are the most common ones in the game. To get those rare resources, like let me come over to the Wikipedia. So all these other resources, iron, wood, obsidian, gold, they are not available in our realms. We can't produce any of these resources. So every realm has some resources attached to them. Some realms have very rare resources. Others have just common resources. An example of a useless realm is just a realm with like just wood. That's like a very useless realm. So if a realm has like 4 to 5 resources attached to it, very useful realm. So if your realm has like a wood stone coal, because that's the production chain. If a realm has a wood stone coal, that's a nice production chain because you can use wood stone coal to produce a lot of stuff in the game. So some realms have rare resources and some realms just have only common resources. So that's why you need a good realm because if your realm has like really good resources, playing the game becomes much more easier.
Okay, quick question. So I just joined the game. I want to start playing. I want to buy a season pass. Can you show me how I identify a season pass that has this feature that you just spoke about?
Okay, you go over to the Empire site, Empire website, and this is where you can see all the available season pass for every season whenever the season is live. So these are some of the realms available. So for instance, this realm has wood and
Mm,
coal. If we switch over, we come down, we see this realm has wood, silver, iron, wood, and gold. That means we can produce wood, we can produce silver, we can produce iron, wood, we can also produce gold on this realm. So there are
awesome.
other realms as well. This realm produce wood, coal, copper, very similar to our realm.
Mm,
So yes, yes. So these are the realms that are available. So you have to pick one that is really, really good for
I
example.
understand it now. I understand it now.
So
Interesting.
like this realm now has just coal. It's like a useless realm, in my opinion. But all
Very
realms are important in the game.
mm, interesting.
Then
In-
Paul,
Yeah,
as part of the giveaway as well, I think I'll be adding 300 lots to it.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's
300.
awesome. So if you are watching this, you know what to do. Just put the live stream. If you comment about Eternum, what you think about it. If you're a new player, you can just share when you want to start playing, and if people will have a chance to win the lost token and also the $25 USDT, and also the season passes we have for our live engagers. So, yeah, David, you haven't actually shared your own thoughts for someone that just started playing.
Okay, I believe everyone have said like literally everything I have in mind, but let me just rephrase the key things that stands out in order for anyone that is looking to play tandem. So
Not
get a
just
good
anybody.
pass.
Though. You
Is
actually,
that?
I said not just anybody. You're referring to me. I'm trying to learn about denim. So you're trying to giving me the advice.
So like it's for those who are looking to
Yeah, me.
get in on the Eternum game. I know like it's so interesting that other chains are also talking about Eternum game. Like it has grown out of proportion, right? It's so interesting that everybody's just like Eternum, Eternum, Eternum. So I feel like I said earlier, to anybody looking to, you've heard about Eternum, okay, you want to start playing Eternum, get a good pass that has not just cool, but at least four of these resources or more. Look out for a good tribe. Tribe is key. Tribe is very, very important. A good tribe that knows about the rules, the core principles of Eternal game, and try to settle within your tribe. You need to keep yourself closer to your tribe, those that are your friends, and most importantly, try to communicate with the agent. They should be your best pal, right? And then look above your shoulder. Don't just rely or relent. I don't know. Simeon said he played the game for 18, 20 hours, meaning even when you are sleeping, somebody can just come and take away everything that belongs to you. So try to be very smart and see how you can balance and then have fun.
Awesome. You said get a good season pass. I got that. You also said you should join a good tribe, which the very good tribe I know of is Stagnant Africa tribe. So you guys should join that.
Yeah, definitely.
and and yeah, basically, okay. So my last question, I want you guys like to answer this based on your experience using cartridge controller, what you know about Starknet games, what you know about on-chain games on Starknet, and a whole lot. So so basically, where do you looking at what Eternum has done? Where do you see on-chain games like in 1 year, basically? Gabriel, you can start first, then Simeon. And so.
Okay, I think I see on-chain games becoming very, very bigger than it is now because a lot of limitations for on-chain games previously have really been abstracted by, first of all, cartridge. An amazing work that was done there with the session keys and all. And also the cartridge controller, where once you register, you have your own name, which is tied to an account. So you don't have to create a wallet, because once you have your own cartridge controller, an account is assigned to it. So, for example, now I want to send some lots token to you, Paul. If your name on the cartridge this thing is Paul, I can just search Paul and send, because now Paul is tied to an account. So I can just send. And for me, I think it will really be massive in the coming year.
Awesome. So, Simon, what do you think?
I think it's going to be really, really. I think it's going to be massive because the for the season zero when I played Eternum, I traveled, I was away, and what was really, really interesting for me was the fact that you can access the game from anywhere as long as as long as you have access to your pass key, either your face ID or your fingerprint. You can use any laptop at all. You can play the game on any laptop, either a MacBook, a Windows, as long as you have access to your pass key, you can play the game from anywhere. So that's a game changer because for someone that plays other on-chain games, that kind of feature is not available. You have to be connected to your wallet. But for the pass key, you can just connect from anywhere, any laptop, any device at all. You can play the game from there.
Awesome.
Game changer.
Mim Junk, what do you think?
Um, where I see Eternum, I won't just say Eternum. I'll say the whole Starknet gaming community in the next few years is going to be very. It's big because for Eternum now, I think I saw Odin tweet you could get in with your Discord. You could also buy season passes with your credit cards or stuff. That's a very big crossover for people because everybody has this. Most people have this belief crypto is complex. You have to bridge here, to bridge there, to bridge there, and all those things. But with things like being able to sign up even with Discord, then you could actually play the game on any laptop. That's good. Then being able to purchase your season pass with your credit card, or you could even use any of these other platforms, is easy. And he also said that you could access Eternum using Base, Solana, and Starknet. So, and it's just the beginning, man. I don't know where we'll be in the next 1 year, but I'm sure that the adoption is going to be very massive. So kudos to those building, Lord of the field and secretive for what they're doing, and every other person behind, because I don't know everybody, but definitely will be somewhere big coming.
Pretty much, pretty much. Javi Teki, what's your thoughts on this?
So, my honest thoughts on this is that right now it's very interesting, and trust me, it will go way and more interesting than this. It's been so amazing because I don't even get to stress myself. As far as I know, I have my name is Javi Teki on my cartridge controller. It's just there, easy peasy. I'm connected, and then I'm playing my games on any device. You understand? It's just connected, and I see a lot of other ideas and initiative that is going around from other D apps, or like, yeah, you see Bravos, you see Have No, trying to make this whole thing so seamless. And Cartridge is doing a good job, trust me. So if all of this is happening now and it's so seamless that even someone that is a Web 2, that is from Web 2 or a noob, can easily play the game at ease, you can see we can even begin to compare or try and describe how it will be in season 2 or season 3. It's going to be mind blowing. So it's a good one, trust me, it's a good one. And all of this just makes the game so interesting. So it's not as if you have to pay for anything to play the game. It's wonderful. So that's it from me.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, you want to say something? Yeah, continue, please.
Then one final thing about the cartridge controller is that once you've created your passkey there or your username, it is adaptable for other games on Starknet as well. So once, as long as the cartridge controller is there, so you don't have to be creating each one there. So once you have it from Realms Eternum, you can use it like for others.
Awesome, awesome. I pretty much agree with everyone. On-chain games are going to be very massive. I feel this is just the tip of what actually going on behind the scene, and thanks to stuff like cartridge controllers where you can just sign in with your passkey, which is awesome. Initially, maybe you might have to always have your wallet here and there and all that, or making it all scrappy and all. But it's pretty much amazing. And me getting to experience this game right now, I will try and dive into it like this night to see how deep I can get into it. So if you're on this live stream, you should check out Ethereum. Unfortunately, we can't share this link right now, but you should just search Rams Ethereum on Twitter, on Google. You should be able to see the link to start playing the game, get involved. You already see like how it works and how you can get onboarded. And we're still going to have this live stream next week, Friday, which is the last Friday of the month. So if maybe you didn't grasp everything here, we're going to have new set of people that have played Eternum to be on the call to explain a bit more from their own experience. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And do we have anything else to add? Simon, I see you are going through the whole map. Who are you looking for on the map? Are you looking for something specific?
I'm not looking for anything specific. I'm just setting up everything because you have to set up your production. There's automation. You have to set up everything to make sure that everything is running fine in your REMs. Then you also
Okay,
have to scout to check if there's any incoming threats from your REMs as well.
awesome. Okay, so guys, that's pretty much it, and I will be ending the stream now, and do have a lovely night rest. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.